On this day in history, September 29th, 61 BC, Pompey the Great celebrates his third triumph for victories over the pirates and the end of the Mithridatic Wars on his 45th birthday. Included in the following is an excerpt from the 1944 edition of the Encyclopedia Britannica, going over the history of Pompey as the consul. The Senate was inclined to grudge it, so he entered into a coalition with Crassus, and as both had armies at the gates, there was no more to be said. Pompey and Crassus were consuls together in 70, and that year saw the work of Sulla undone. The tribunate and censorship were restored, and the administration of justice was shared between the Senate, the equites, and the tribuni aeriari. Pompey rose still higher in popularity, and on the motion of the tribune Aulus Gabinius in 67, he was entrusted with an extraordinary command over the greater part of the empire, especially for the extermination of piracy in the Mediterranean, by which his corn supplies of Rome were seriously endangered, while the high prices of provisions caused great distress. He was completely successful. The price of corn fell immediately on his appointment, and in 40 days the Mediterranean was cleared of the pirates. Next year, on the proposal of the tribune Manilius, his powers were still further extended, the care of all the provinces to the east being put under his control for 3 years together with the conduct of the war against Mithridates VI, who had recovered from the defeats he had sustained from Lucullus and regained his dominions. Both Caesar and Cicero supported the tribune's proposal, which was easily carried in spite of some opposition in the Senate. Pompey was entirely successful. Mithridates was beaten and driven into the Crimea, and there was a general settlement of affairs in the east. Syria and Palestine were annexed in 64 and 63. Tigranes of Armenia submitted and was confirmed as a vassal king, and an agreement was reached with Phraates of Syria, whereby the Euphrates marked the boundary between them. Pompey, now in his 45th year, returned to Italy in 61 to celebrate the most magnificent triumph which Rome had ever witnessed, as the conqueror of Spain, Africa, and Asia.